It's critical in today's world that the HR leader is working closely with the board. The reason for that is that without the people agenda being front and center of any transformation that an organization is navigating, then that transformation will not be successful.
From the boards that I've worked with, I actually think they're really interested in people, in leadership, in culture, in the capability of the organisation. So I think that my strong encouragement is to be quite demanding of that board, make sure that you are on the agenda, spend time with them, because I think that for most of you, you will find that there genuinely is a curiosity and a desire to spend time.
I think we see boards taking a very active interest in the talent space. And I think being on the lookout for that and almost like working your way into that conversation and taking that opportunity, I think is very helpful. Also be data-driven and come with your insights on top of the data and start those conversations with your board members.
Exposure is earned, it's not an entitlement. And I think there's probably a number of things you can do as a CPO to help that. The first is about your voice. So make sure that your voice is commercial and also that it's relevant. So think about what are the things that are on your board's mind and talk to those things, and where you need to put new things into their mind, make that narrative really commercial.
Obviously there'll be, fellow ExCo members who sit on the board, and there's an opportunity there to engage with them and what is discussed at board in relation to people and performance. Chair of REMCO, there's an opportunity there to talk more broadly than the sort of usual calendar of events with that committee. I think NEDs, independent non-exec directors, understanding which other boards they sit on, which sectors they come from, and taking the opportunity to engage with that.
The second thing is about how you show up. So think in terms of being really succinct and lift your thinking to what are the key things the board needs to know. They don't need to know the operational weeds, or they don't need to know everything that's happening. What are the big things that the board should be aware of?
I think it's important for an HR leader to be a disruptor sometimes in a positive way, but to change perhaps some of the more traditional thinking. We are living in a complex environment. There is a lot of uncertainty, and HR leaders can really grasp the nettle here, I think, in terms of working with boards and executive committees to really change them and shift some mindsets.
And the final thing is around building a really strong relationship with your CEO. They will be your gateway to the board. They have the closest relationship with the chair. They can help determine what's on the agenda, what's not on the agenda. So the stronger your relationship with your CEO is, the more chance you have of increasing your exposure to your board colleagues.
Sometimes, let's be blunt, it might be about the individual HRD not finding quite the right way to get the exposure, or when they get the exposure, not using it in the best sense of the word, using it for maximum impact. So there may be some personal development stuff to work on there, but if the board's at fault of not wanting the people agenda to be as high priority as it should be, then you should call it out.
If you really do work for an organisation where the board isn't interested in the people agenda, isn't interested in culture, then maybe you're not in the right business. So I think that we should be demanding of our leaders and also our board to make sure that the things that we're talking about are on their mind and important to them.